Right now, American fighter jets are not resting on runways. They are in the skies, circling, patrolling, and guarding more than 80 nations. From the frozen Arctic to the deserts of the Middle East, from the Pacific to Europe's borders, U.S. air power projects strength like no other nation in history. And here's the surprising truth. This dominance isn't achieved with a few planes. The United States commands more than 1,600 fighters across the Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps, forming the single most powerful fleet of combat aircraft ever assembled. But these jets are more than machines of metal and fuel. They represent decades of research, billions in investment, and the unmatched skill of American engineers and pilots. They are not just built to fight wars, but to prevent them, sending a clear message: challenge the United States at your own risk. Some are legendary battle-tested warriors that have flown for decades, while others are cutting-edge stealth platforms redefining the future of warfare. This unique mix, proven and revolutionary, is what makes American air dominance untouchable. Welcome to Jet Foundation. Today on Jet Foundation, we reveal the 5 most important American fighters of 2025, the aircraft that keep enemies awake at night and reassure allies that freedom is defended by the most powerful air fleet ever assembled. From legendary designs that refuse to retire, to cutting-edge stealth machines redefining modern warfare, these jets are the backbone of America's military strength. Stay tuned, because what you're about to see is not speculation. This is the real story of the aircraft flying missions today, the fighters that will shape air combat for the next 20 years. Let's clear something up. The information you're about to hear isn't guesswork. It's not fan theories or internet rumors. Every detail in this report comes directly from the most reliable sources available: official military documents, combat reports from real operations, and the Pentagon's own budget records. In other words, this is hard evidence, not hype. Why does that matter? Because when we're talking about national security and billion-dollar aircraft programs, accuracy isn't optional. It's everything. The U.S. military spends more money on air power than most countries spend on their entire defense budgets. Every dollar is tracked, every deployment is documented, and every upgrade is recorded in Pentagon filings. That's where this story comes from. Let's break it down. First, official military sources. These include press releases from the Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps, as well as declassified briefings and fact sheets. When a new fighter is delivered, when it enters combat, or when upgrades roll out, these announcements tell us exactly what's happening. Second, combat reports. These are not public relations statements. They are after-action reviews from real missions. Whether it's an F-18 launching strikes in the Persian Gulf, an F-35 tracking enemy drones over the Red Sea, or F-16s patrolling European skies, these records show how the jets perform in live operations. They separate what's advertised from what's actually achieved. And finally, the Pentagon budget. If you really want to know what weapons the military values most, follow the money. The budget reveals not only how many fighters are being purchased, but also which aircraft are receiving the biggest upgrades and the longest life extensions. Billions of dollars don't lie. They point to the platforms the Pentagon believes will dominate the next 2 decades. That's why this analysis carries weight. It's built on hard numbers, battlefield performance, and official commitments. We're not just speculating about what might happen in some future war. We're showing you the exact aircraft that are in American hangars today, flying missions right now, and being funded for the years ahead. So as we move into our countdown, remember this: the 5 fighters you're about to see are not dreams or prototypes. They are the backbone of American air power, already in action, already shaping global security. This is the reality of U.S. military aviation in 2025, measured, verified, and undeniable. At number 5, we begin with a fighter that refuses to fade away. Meet the F divided by a -18E divided by F Super Hornet, the workhorse of the U.S. Navy and the ultimate carrier guardian. For more than 2 decades, these twin-engine, twin-tail jets have launched off America's aircraft carriers to enforce air dominance across the globe. And even today, in an era of stealth fighters and hypersonic missiles, the Super Hornet remains absolutely vital. Why? Because versatility wins wars. The Super Hornet can switch roles in the blink of an eye. One moment, it's intercepting enemy fighters at supersonic speed. The next, it's unleashing precision bombs on ground targets. Minutes later, the same aircraft can extend its mission by refueling other jets in midair, keeping the entire fleet in the fight. No other American fighter combines so many roles so seamlessly. And here's the part most people don't realize. The Super Hornet isn't just surviving, it's evolving. The Navy has continuously upgraded these aircraft, with Block 2 and now Block 3 versions that bring entirely new levels of capability. Block 3 Super Hornets feature advanced radar, stronger stealth features, and network systems that allow them to share data instantly with other aircraft. That means a Super Hornet in the Pacific can act as a command node, linking with F-35s, drones, and even ships at sea, creating a battlefield picture no enemy can match. Their combat record speaks volumes. From the skies over Iraq and Afghanistan to recent missions in the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea, Super Hornets have been at the center of nearly every U.S. naval air campaign since their introduction. When hostile forces threaten U.S. carriers, it's the Super Hornet that scrambles first, ensuring the fleet remains protected. When a strike package is needed deep inland, Super Hornets lead the way, delivering precise firepower where it matters most. What truly sets them apart, however, is their carrier capability. Unlike land-based fighters, these jets can operate anywhere the Navy sails. That means U.S. air power isn't tied to foreign bases or permission from allies. It sails on America's 11 nuclear carriers, ready to deploy to any ocean at a moment's notice. When a crisis erupts on the far side of the world, Super Hornets are often the first American fighters to arrive. And don't think they're going anywhere soon. With service life extensions pushing these aircraft well into the 2040s, the Super Hornet will continue to guard America's carriers for years to come. It's not the flashiest jet in the arsenal, but its reliability, adaptability, and proven combat record make it a cornerstone of American naval dominance. At number 4, we find a jet that proves old legends never die, they evolve. Enter the F-15EX Eagle II, better known as America's modern missile truck. Built on the undefeated F-15 lineage, this aircraft takes a design with decades of combat dominance and upgrades it into something almost futuristic. The result? A fighter that can carry more weapons than any other jet in the U.S. arsenal, an astonishing 29,500 pounds. To put that into perspective, that's enough to load missiles and bombs for multiple missions in a single flight. The Eagle II doesn't just fight battles, it carries the firepower of an entire squadron. This massive payload makes it ideal for overwhelming enemy defenses, neutralizing air threats, or striking ground targets with devastating precision. But the Eagle II isn't just about brute strength. It's about brains too. This aircraft comes packed with digital flight controls, state-of-the-art radar, and an open architecture system that allows rapid upgrades. That means as new weapons, sensors, and technologies are developed, they can be slotted into the F-15EX without redesigning the jet from scratch. It's a fighter built not just for today, but for tomorrow's wars as well. The Pentagon clearly sees its value. Originally, the plan was to buy fewer than 100 of these jets. But after seeing what they could do, the order jumped to 129, an investment of more than $3 billion. That kind of expansion speaks volumes. It shows the military believes the Eagle II fills a role no other fighter can match. One of its biggest advantages is range. The F-15EX can fly farther and carry more than most fighters in the world, allowing it to penetrate deep into contested airspace. And with 2 seats, one pilot can focus on flying while the second manages advanced weapons or coordinates drone support. This teamwork makes it a force multiplier on any battlefield. And let's not forget the Eagle's legendary combat record, 0 losses in air-to-air combat. That history isn't erased with the EX, it's strengthened. With hypersonic missile integration, this fighter can launch weapons at speeds above Mach 5, giving enemies virtually no chance to defend themselves. In short, the F-15EX is proof that a proven platform, when modernized, can rival and even surpass newer designs in critical missions. It carries the punch of a bomber, the agility of a fighter, and the reliability of a design that's never been defeated. For America's air dominance strategy, the Eagle II is more than just an upgrade, it's a game changer. At number 3, we reach a fighter that many call the gold standard of air dominance, the F-22A Raptor. Nicknamed the Air Superiority Master, this jet was the first true 5th-generation fighter, and even decades after its introduction, it remains the most feared combat aircraft in the skies. The Raptor combines 3 capabilities that, when put together, make it untouchable. First is stealth. Its sleek design and radar-absorbing materials allow it to slip past enemy defenses, often remaining invisible until it's already in strike range. Second is supercruise, the ability to fly faster than the speed of sound without using afterburners. That means it can stay supersonic while conserving fuel and avoiding the heat signature that usually gives fighters away. And third, thrust vectoring. With engines capable of redirecting their exhaust, the F-22 can perform maneuvers so extreme they seem to defy physics, moves no enemy pilot can match. But raw performance is only half the story. What truly elevates the Raptor is its brain. Advanced sensor fusion gives F-22 pilots a complete, real-time picture of the battlefield. The aircraft doesn't just detect enemy planes, it integrates radar, electronic warfare signals, and secure communications into one seamless view. In a fight, that means Raptor pilots know everything: where enemies are, what threats are coming, and how to outmaneuver them before the opponent even realizes they're being tracked. This advantage is why the F-22 is often described as a quarterback in the sky. While it can absolutely dominate in one-on-one combat, its greater value lies in coordinating other assets, directing allied fighters, sharing targeting data, and eliminating the most dangerous threats while staying unseen. In joint operations, a single Raptor can reshape the entire battle plan. And here's another reason the F-22 is special: rarity. Only 183 were ever built, making it one of the most exclusive fleets in U.S. history. Every pilot chosen to fly the Raptor represents the absolute best of American aviation, trained to master a machine that pushes the limits of what human and aircraft can achieve together. The results speak for themselves. In training, in exercises, and in real-world deployments, the F-22 has maintained a spotless air-to-air record. Adversaries often report never even seeing the Raptor before they're already shot down. That's the kind of dominance this aircraft delivers. The F-22 isn't just another jet, it's a symbol. A symbol of American technological superiority, pilot excellence, and the determination to control the skies at any cost. Even with newer fighters emerging, the Raptor remains the master of air superiority, unmatched and unrivaled. At number 2, we come to a fighter that has earned its place in history not through stealth or futuristic design, but through sheer performance and staying power. Meet the F-16 Fighting Falcon, better known to American pilots as the Viper. With 762 currently active in U.S. service, it is the most widely used fighter jet in America's arsenal, and for good reason. The F-16 has been flying for more than 4 decades, and during that time, it has proven itself in more combat operations than any other American fighter. From the Gulf War to operations over Afghanistan, Iraq, and beyond, the Fighting Falcon has been there, delivering precision strikes, securing air superiority, and supporting troops on the ground. Its track record is unmatched in both reliability and mission success. What makes the F-16 so special? It's the perfect balance of agility, cost-effectiveness, and reliability. Its lightweight single-engine design makes it cheaper to operate than larger fighters. But don't let that fool you. This jet is a powerhouse in the skies. With its fly-by-wire flight control system, the F-16 can pull off maneuvers that older jets simply couldn't handle. Pilots describe it as an extension of their own body, responsive, precise, and deadly when it matters most. And while the design may be decades old, the F-16 you see today is nothing like the one that first rolled off the production line. Continuous upgrades have kept this fighter on the cutting edge. Modern variants feature advanced AESA radar, powerful electronic warfare systems, and high-tech networking that allows them to instantly share targeting data with other aircraft and ground units. In today's battlefield, information dominance is everything, and the F-16 delivers it. Even more impressive, production hasn't stopped. Lockheed Martin still builds brand new F-16s, not just for America but for allies around the world. With 48 aircraft produced annually, the Fighting Falcon isn't just a veteran, it's still in its prime. That means allies flying alongside U.S. forces benefit from the same proven platform, creating interoperability that strengthens alliances and deters adversaries. Combat pilots consistently praise the Falcon for its reliability. When called into action, it launches, it performs, and it brings pilots home. That confidence, built over thousands of missions, makes it one of the most trusted fighters ever built. The F-16 may not have the stealth of an F-22 or the advanced networking of an F-35, but it has something equally valuable: experience. With a combat record that spans generations, modern upgrades that keep it relevant, and global production that ensures its presence worldwide, the Fighting Falcon remains America's proven warrior. And finally, at number 1, we reach the crown jewel of American air power, the F-35 Lightning II. Nicknamed the future of air warfare, this fighter represents the most ambitious military aviation program in history. With over 300 currently in service across the Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps, the F-35 isn't just another jet, it's a flying command center, a sensor hub, and a weapon platform all in one. What sets the F-35 apart is its combination of stealth, sensor fusion, and battlefield integration. Unlike any fighter before it, the Lightning II doesn't just observe the battlefield. It shares its vision in real time with other aircraft, ships, and command centers. Every F-35 serves as a node in an integrated combat network, creating situational awareness on a scale previously unimaginable. This allows pilots to see threats before the enemy even knows they're there and coordinate strikes with surgical precision. The F-35 comes in 3 specialized variants, each designed to meet the needs of different branches of the military. The F-35A flies conventional missions for the Air Force. The F-35B gives the Marines short takeoff and vertical landing capability, perfect for austere locations and smaller ships. And the F-35C provides the Navy with carrier-based operations, featuring enhanced range and payload. No matter the mission or environment, there is an F-35 built to dominate it. Production continues at an impressive rate, with roughly 150 aircraft rolling off assembly lines each year. That's not just for U.S. forces. Global partners and allied nations operate F-35s alongside American pilots, creating a networked force that multiplies combat effectiveness across continents. Together, these aircraft form a coalition that no potential adversary can easily challenge. And perhaps most importantly, the F-35 is designed for the future. Its open architecture allows for continuous upgrades in sensors, weapons, and mission systems. Decades from now, it will remain at the cutting edge of aviation technology, adapting to new threats without the need for a complete redesign. In short, the Lightning II embodies the next generation of warfare, stealthy, connected, and unstoppable. It doesn't just fight, it controls the battlefield. It doesn't just defend, it coordinates the full spectrum of American air power. For decades to come, the F-35 will remain the pinnacle of innovation, the ultimate guardian of U.S. skies, and the jet that defines the future of combat aviation. Beyond their speed, stealth, and firepower, America's fighter jets serve a purpose far greater than individual missions. They are a cornerstone of U.S. global strategy. These aircraft aren't just tools of war, they are instruments of influence, deterrence, and reassurance, projecting American power to every corner of the world. When an F-16 or a Super Hornet takes to the skies over the Pacific, the Persian Gulf, or Europe, it sends a clear message. The United States is watching, ready to act, and capable of responding to any threat. These fighters demonstrate to allies that they are protected by one of the most technologically advanced and experienced air forces on the planet. That assurance fosters trust, strengthens partnerships, and solidifies alliances. At the same time, the presence of these jets serves as a powerful deterrent to adversaries. Nations that might consider challenging American interests are reminded that every move they make could be met by aircraft that dominate the skies. Stealth fighters like the F-22 and F-35, with their unmatched sensor fusion and network integration, create uncertainty for any opponent. Even just knowing that the U.S. maintains over 1,600 operational fighters worldwide is enough to make potential threats think twice. What makes this global strategy so effective is the combination of proven systems and revolutionary technology. The F-16 and F-A-18 have decades of combat experience behind them. They are reliable, versatile, and ready to perform in any environment. Meanwhile, the F-15EX, F-22, and F-35 bring cutting-edge innovation to the table, integrating hypersonic weapons, advanced radar, and networked combat capabilities that redefine modern warfare. Together, these aircraft create a layered air power strategy, capable of addressing traditional threats while preparing for the conflicts of tomorrow. American air power isn't just about winning battles, it's about shaping the global balance of power. These fighters allow the U.S. to respond quickly to crises, support allies during conflicts, and maintain freedom of movement across international airspace and sea lanes. They ensure that American values, interests, and commitments can be defended anywhere, at any time. In short, U.S. fighter jets are more than machines, they are symbols. Symbols of technological excellence, military readiness, and strategic foresight. They protect allies, deter rivals, and guarantee that the United States can maintain air dominance well into the future. For global strategy, they are indispensable, and for the men and women who pilot them, they are the ultimate instruments of national power. As we wrap up this countdown, one thing is clear: America's fighter jets are more than just machines, they are symbols. Symbols of freedom, power, and unmatched technological innovation. From the reliable F-16 Fighting Falcon to the revolutionary F-35 Lightning II, each aircraft represents the culmination of decades of engineering, experience, and strategic foresight. They are the tools that keep our nation safe and our allies reassured, while deterring any adversary from testing America's resolve. American air power is not static, it's dynamic, constantly evolving, and always prepared to dominate the skies. But the story of these jets isn't complete without the people who fly and maintain them. Pilots, engineers, and ground crews are the backbone of American aviation, turning cutting-edge technology into real-world effectiveness. They ensure that every mission succeeds, every aircraft performs at its peak, and every deployment strengthens the U.S. position worldwide. The skill, dedication, and courage of these service members are what truly transform advanced machinery into the ultimate guardians of freedom. Now, we want you to be part of this community. If you're proud of America's military innovation, show it. Hit that like button, comment below with your favorite fighter jet, and subscribe for more in-depth looks at the technology that keeps our nation secure. This is Jet Foundation, where the story of air dominance lives on.